Hi, I am Dr. Hridish Narayan Chakravarti, consultant endocrinologist at Rabindranath Tagore International Institute of Cardiac Sciences. Many of my patients ask several questions regarding obesity, which I think I will pick and choose certain of them and answer to you. Like one question, one of my female patients asked me that after my pregnancy is over and I delivered a baby, I have got a lot of weight put on. So, what can I do about it now? So, my answer would be here that yes, a little bit of weight gain is possible after pregnancy, say about 3 to 7 kg on an average. It may be a little bit more in certain individuals. It may be due to a variety of reasons, like several hormonal changes have happened, estrogen, progesterone, etc. And also, sleep deprivation occurs because you are catering to the child, and also the postpartum stress also gets in, and you may be having some more eating in those parts when you are sleep deprived. So, these may ultimately add up, and you are also not doing exercises. You are not being able to do proper structured exercises. So, these all can add up to put some few extra kilos on your body. So, what should be done? The answer would be obviously a structured diet plan should be used. Try to eat more protein rich diet, combination of both veg as well as non-veg protein, which is good for you, which you can take from your day-to-day practices, what you eat in your daily lifestyle, and do some little bit of exercise as well, and have some good restful sleep, which will definitely help to cut down some of your weight. And lastly, if you have certain problems or at least screen for those problems like hypothyroidism, PCOS, these are some endocrine issues which can actually lead to some little bit of weight gain as well. So these should be excluded. And lastly, you should consult your endocrinologist because now you have a lot of medications which you can use for use in obesity like GLP-1 receptor class agonists. Obviously, this has to be done under the supervision of an endocrinologist who will guide you how to lose your weight. Many patients ask me that I'm sitting throughout the day in my office and I'm gaining weight, though I'm not eating much. So, what can be done about it? So, the answer here is there has to be a balance between the caloric intake and the expenditure. When you are working for long hours in the office, your NEAT, that is non exercise activity thermogenesis, is actually coming down. That means, in short term, we can say that you are burning less calories. And also, if you are sitting for a long amount of time, for a long period of time, what happens? Your gluteal muscles actually can undergo atrophy. That means your muscles are also getting lost because you are not exercising. So, that may also contribute to a little bit of rise in weight. Also, maybe you are quickly snacking because you're in the office, you don't have to time to have a proper meal. In those circumstances, maybe you are just snacking in some things which may be very calorie dense. So, these can actually also put on weight. So, what you should do? Obviously, number one, sleep should be good when you are working in an office. So, you are working throughout the day. When you return home, there should be a definite sleep hygiene. At least try to sleep for 6 to 7 hours, at least 6 hours throughout the night so that you can have a restful sleep and the next day can be properly executed. Along with that, avoid all those snackings. Try to include some good diet. It should be rich in proteins. And number three, also we have to understand that the stress factor, which is obviously associated in today's life, that has to be addressed somehow through your day-to-day life. Maybe you can do some yoga, you can do some meditation. That can actually help to cool off, and do not carry all your burdens back home. So that part is also important. So in this way, you can actually try to modulate your calorie intake and do some exercises. Like maybe you can just walk 8,000 steps per day. Nowadays, we all use gadgets as wearables. And also, when you are sitting for a long time, if you can just rise for, say, 1 minute or 2 minutes, so just rise from your chair, you sit, just have a walk in the office only, and then come back and sit. So, getting glued to the seat can create a problem. If you just rise up, just take a few steps and come back, maybe this will help you to lose some weight as well. So, these are the certain steps that we can do. So, good sleep, good diet, and obviously a little bit of more activity will do a lot to keep your weight under control. Many patients ask me like, my parents are obese, so will I also become obese? So here we need to understand definitely there is a genetic factor to obesity as well. So if your parents are obese, you are at a higher risk to develop obesity. But here we need to understand that genetics actually loads the gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger. That means if you eat properly, if you have a proper eating hygiene, and also if you exercise regularly, you can burn down some a little bit of calories, and so you can shed those extra kilos which you can actually add up in future. So obviously the risk will be high, but it is manageable by your proper lifestyle. Some patients ask me that my blood pressure is normal, but can I get obesity? So, this is also an interesting thing we should understand, that all the lifestyle diseases somewhere are interlinked. We say that they arise from the common soil, and your diet and lifestyle act as fertilizers or catalysts to develop them. From them, you can have type 2 diabetes, you can have blood pressure, that is hypertension, which is the topic of discussion in this question. You can also have fatty liver, you can have other problems, like in females, you can have PCOS. So, all these are actually part of the same spectrum. So, once you have BP high, that is hypertension, by the time you are actually noting it and taking steps, certain internal milieu or internal changes are already happening. So, if you're not careful about them, in the long run, you can see that certain other diseases are actually cropping up over a period of a decade or half a decade or 15 years. So, maybe you have high blood pressure now. If you're not careful with your lifestyle, maybe 5 years down the line, you can add fatty liver, you can add type 2 diabetes, you can add PCOS. So, you should be careful from the very beginning. When you are having, say, normal BP, still you can have the obesity as a problem. So, if you are having high BP, get it treated, and if you are having normal BP but you are obese, take care of obesity so that the BP does not rise later, and it also does not lead to a constellation or a myriad of other diseases which may ultimately add up in your life. So, at the end of the discussion, we should understand that obesity is not only about appearance, it is basically about metabolic health. So, you might have many more questions in your mind which I did not cover in today's discussion. So, if you feel like, you can definitely put some of your queries in the comment box, and we will try our best to answer them and address your concerns. Thank you.